Hello, this is Lord Gob, the DM of the DC20 West Marches, the DC20 Lost Mines of Phandelver campaign. I say that too much. We are here recording episode 3 of the campaign, and we will begin, as always, with an introduction of our player characters. Blakcat, I'm going to assume that you're not available, so you'll at the end. Jaku, can you please begin with your introduction?
I am Jaku, as normal. Well, I said this a little bit ago for the other introduction, but may as well. I am playing the Awakened Slime Barbarian. It's I hope to give you all a good show.
Alright. Next, we have me. I am Lord Gob, the DM of the campaign. I will be acting as God. Power Hungry.
Power Hungry, co-GM, working on all the background tools, keeping everything running smooth.
Okay. We will position Tonē Thröq at the end of this. Samarand.
Playing Mikaela, a rogue. She is an elf with some dragonborn influence.
Okay.
And I will be playing Spring, a squirrel-born ranger. He is currently in his natural habitat, the grasslands.
That's very exciting. I feel like squirrels are more tree folk, though, aren't they?
Oh, squirrels, yes, but Spring has the grasslands as a favored terrain.
I guess that makes sense. Alright, and lastly, Mr. Blakcat, if you would please unmute.
Yes, sir. I am Blakcat. I'm playing Tonē Thröq, a human warlock. And level 1.
My god. I'm gonna have to add more bark counters to the recording, god damn it. Pumpkin, go upstairs! Okay. So. Okay, so. When last we left off, we're gonna go ahead and move over to the world map. When last we left off, the player characters, rather the party, had been exploring, or had been on their way to the city of Phandelver at the behest of their new patron, I guess, the one who has hired them, Gundren Rockseeker. Along the way, before they left, they tied up any loose ends that they needed to do, and they embarked. The first interesting encounter that they had so far was when they found a lone goblin very badly hiding behind a tree. They attempted to interrogate it. It didn't go very well, and they ended up just kind of releasing the goblin, not sure what else to do. And we are going to kind of pick up at the end of that as the goblin starts to run off now, and the carriage behind you guys begins to approach. The carriage behind you guys begins to approach. It should be in the pins. Rather, your carriage, which you had left behind, with all of your miners and the cargo, and also your fellow ally, Mahina, they begin to catch up to you now, and they seem a little bit miffed, one might say. Let me go ahead and move those to the token layer, just so we have the idea of the layout. So, who is currently at the back of the Ox caravan, I guess? Which one of you guys are the closest?
On a little positioning target, a little positioning section we made. If we went back to the cart, it would be Mikaela and Spring.
Okay. So, Mikaela and Spring then, as they catch up, you see a kind of taller dwarf woman who you guys would recognize is the kind of head of the mining group. Her name is Sky Stonestrike. She has long hair and wields a massive warhammer at all times that seems to glow in the dark. And as she kind of uses it as kind of almost like a pole to leap off of the carriage, she kind of lands on the ground and looks a little bit miffed, and she says, "What the hell was that? You let a goblin go?"
we supposed to do with it?
She kind of slams the head of her warhammer into the ground and says, "Kill it! It's a goblin. You've let it escape. Now it's going to go run off to the rest of its friends, and we're gonna have a whole assault on us."
At least we know there was gonna be one.
Say again?
Spring turns around. Oops.
What'd you say, Sam?
At least we know there's gonna be one.
Okay. To that, she just kind of is taken aback a little bit. How is that a good thing?
I know we're already prepared for an attack, but instead of just a random ambush, we know that they're expecting us, and we'll be ready for them. I don't know the wording of it.
That's... Regardless of what you could be expecting, letting the goblin go lets them know that we're coming here now. And it puts us in a vulnerable situation. You should have killed it. She kind of looks towards Spring, because as you are the other one here, and does not seem to... and she does not seem to appreciate Mikaela's thoughts.
Yeah, as the dwarf woman looks at Spring, he turns to look at Tonē and say, "But Tonē had a plan. He convinced the goblin to do not that."
Do you really trust a monster to keep its word?
Yes.
He also ran the opposite direction.
It's entirely...
Spring just really shrugs. I don't know. I don't hunt. He air quotes intelligent monsters.
Well, though I may not be an adventurer, I do have my fair share of combat experience, and believe me when I tell you, when there is one goblin, there's always 1,000 more, and they are not something that you just let slip away. Next time, you need to be more... She pushes her hammer to the ground a little bit and says, "Assertive." It's bad enough that we have one monster in the group. We don't need to be letting more go. We don't need to be letting more run wild.
Spring is gonna raise an eyebrow at that comment and glance at Awake.
Awake, since he's like near the front of the whole cart. He's mostly just enjoying the nature. You think you could hear him humming a bit.
Nice.
She kind of whispers under his breath, "He may look like that for now, but you can never trust a monster." Anyways, I've made my point. Next time, don't be so easy. And she lifts up the hammer and kind of hurls it over the edge of the carriage to hop back in. We need to get on our way. Quickly now. Assuming that no one else has anything to say, she will usher the horses to begin pulling the carriage again, as you hear Mahina being carriage sick in the background. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to do or say before we resume travel?
No, Spring is just gonna go sit next to Mahina and pat their back as they throw up over the back.
Very nice. Okay.
Michaela's miffed that she didn't get the last word because her argument went over Sky's head and is just mumbling angrily to herself.
Okay. Okay. So, as you guys are, as you are mumbling angrily to yourself, what is it exactly that you are saying? Or thinking, rather.
Just along the words of, I can't even think of it. It was in my mind, but then I can't say the words out loud.
Oof. Alright, that's fine.
I'll
in that...
put it in the chat once I figure it out.
Alright, Mikaela continues to mutter angrily to herself under her breath. As we're going to zoom out a little bit. Can everybody do me a favor and make me an awareness check as the day continues on? I should
That
scroll
is a
down.
16. Let me go ahead and record that roll.
Right, I forgot about that.
You wanted an awareness check. I
Mhm.
think I'm remembering my modifier, but I'm never sure.
Always second guessing yourself. Oh, I
Of
should have
course.
that.
Oh wait, I have advantage because I'm in the grasslands.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, that's survival checks, not awareness. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, I believe the next hex is gives a healing pot due to that alchemy check last session. Then this
Mhm.
hex, and then this. Okay.
Alright, so, as you guys continue to travel that day, you travel across more of the open grasslands. It's fairly calm. You can hear the sound of the wind rustling through the grass as you make good progress that day. I'm going to advance the hex. Night begins to fall as you begin to make camp for the next day. I'll set you guys over there. And Mr. Tonē Thröq, can you make me an Arcana check, please?
Is that intelligence?
That is intelligence. Specifically knowledge.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say I don't have my character sheet, so I'm gonna say it's -1.
From whatever... Yeah, maybe. Okay, with a 9... with a 9, what should I say? As you and Awake are kind of closest to the front of the carriage, with him walking ahead of you guys, you are one of the people that are on lookout watching everything. You feel a little bit off-put for a while, and you can't really figure out why. There's just like this something that's like gnawing at the back of your mind. And then as you kind of like turn to be like to like express frustration in some way, you look at Blakcat and you can not Blakcat, sorry. You look at Awake and you can very faintly see what looks to be like a very small like green pulse that's just like going very slowly from like within his person.
The rest of him is blue, right?
The rest of him is blue, yes.
So wait, I forget. Do I notice this too, or
You
no?
do not. Nope.
Okay.
And the aura itself is like very faint. It's almost like a you know, like when the air gets hot, sometimes it like gets distorted. The same kind of like very faint. You're almost not sure that you see it, but it is consistent.
Awake. What is the green glow coming from you?
Green glow? What are you talking about? I mean, he notices it in himself. Just like starts digging around in his own body and I go to pull it out.
As you go rooting around within yourself, you don't see anything green yourself, but you do recall the arrowhead from before that is somewhere within your person. As you like pull it out and it's in your hand. The writing on it is green, but it just seems like a normal arrowhead. But Tonē, in your vision, you can see that very faint pulse.
It's the arrowhead. Can I see it?
Sure. I was meaning to ask Spring about it when I got a chance. Go ahead.
Do me a favor.
I'd like.
Sorry?
I was just gonna say I'd like to inspect it.
Okay. What? I remember that we. Do you remember what your trades are?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
Probably locksmithing is one of them. I had the weapon making. What is that? Blacksmithing, and then got rid of that. I don't remember what I replaced it with.
Okay. I think that it makes sense for your character to have the appraisal trade, even if that isn't a thing that exists, just because of who you are. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that for sure.
Okay, in that case, I think the thing that would be most relevant here would probably be intelligence appraisal. So just add +1 instead of -1. It's making an appraisal check as you attempt to figure out what is going on with this arrowhead.
My intelligence is -2.
Oh, it is.
Well, I'll add +0.
Indeed. Okay. With the
Another
10. As you begin to peer into this, you raise it up into the sun. You look at it very deeply. You feel. You can still feel this weird green pulse. It almost feels like You felt like if you were to put your head too close to it, it might give you an actual headache. It almost feels. It feels like it's messing with your mind in some way. And as you peer at it closer, do you know? Can you tell me what languages you have, or do you not know?
I have no idea. I probably don't have any languages.
Okay.
Well, you
Other
have
than
common. You have common and one fluency of your choice, or two partial fluencies. What you would just want to choose those, or?
Well, I have them on my character sheet, but my character sheet is not present. It's gone.
Alas.
As you're looking at it, just awake chimes of just yeah, I'm not quite sure what exactly it is. I'm thinking it's mithril, but I've never seen that before.
Dob, it would probably be Draconic. If I had a language, it would probably be Draconic, because my patron.
Okay. As you look down at the inscription that has been carved onto this thing, you can't very clearly make it out, but it reminds you of some you've dealt with a lot of weapons before and arcane items. It reminds you of something magical in some way. Your best guess is that it seems to have an enchantment on it naturally, and since it's messing with your mind, you also think it's probably psychic in nature.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Do I need to say that I tell awake that stuff?
No, it would be assumed that you do so unless you say that you do not.
Okay, yeah. Well, I would.
Mm-hmm.
Since he's clearly looking at it with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait, you mean to tell me this thing is psychic power? That's... I mean, I haven't been feeling anything, but maybe that's because of what I am.
Maybe not psychic power as much as psychic...
Influence.
Psychic... Yeah, influence, yeah.
Maybe it's not... give me a sec. I'm getting it out of my system. Well, that might be the magic or the metal. Do you think the metal itself is magical, or it's the inscription?
Well, it's enchanted.
Isn't that but wouldn't the magic come from the inscription? I'm sorry, I don't understand magic all too well. Edwin didn't have the time to really make me learn that stuff.
Yeah, I don't really study magic either.
But aren't you a mage?
Well, no, I don't study magic.
What? So you're one of those what was it called? Sorcerer types? Well, that's getting too Western. Sorcerer types?
I'm not really sure. I've made a deal with a dragon, and now I can use magic.
Dragon, you say?
Indeed. Have you ever seen one? The majestic.
No. All my family was killed by one.
That sucks. Did they invade his lair or something?
I don't know the full story. I just know that a dragon was terrorizing the countryside. So the reclaimers were called and they were killed.
Oh, I see.
It was about a few months after I gained my sentience. I was their party pet for a while. They called me. After I was given my sentience, I remember them talking about how they were going to train me up to be just like them, and I was going to fight alongside Pierce. Oh, Pierce was the warrior of our group.
Gotcha. Do you miss them?
A lot. The weapons I use, as his long sword just comes out of his body for a second, he picks it up. Everything I use was all that was recovered from the dragon. Mrs. Pierce's sword, spear, shield, nunchucks. They mean a lot to me. That's why I take special care to never dissolve them in my body.
Gotcha. It's a good thing they look very well made, not like they're gonna break very easily.
Yeah.
And as you, being someone who is very experienced with such weapons and whatnot, you can tell that the weapons are very old and battle. They people have battle scars. Weapons have weapon scars. You can tell that they're very well used, but at the same time, they are shockingly well maintained. To a degree that you would like something about that doesn't add up to you.
I probably wouldn't say that specifically, but that's very interesting. I probably wouldn't note it to Awake. Maybe just to say that they look very well cared for.
Thank you. I learned blacksmithing from Henry, our priest. Well, from his books anyway. I keep them maintained as I can. Plus, I've gotten pretty good at keeping the rust off them with my acid, but making sure not to damage the weapons themselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And as the conversation kind of starts to wind down or wander, I am curious, Tony, what is your character thinking about this exchange?
He probably didn't really want to reveal that he's a warlock, but I think he feels better after doing that, despite the fact that Dragon killed Awake's family.
Interesting. Okay. And Awake, I'm curious, how does your character feel about your one of your party members being a patron to a dragon?
He was Awake probably feels it's just like that's surprising, but dragons are a dime a dozen, and from what I've heard in the legends, not all of them are evil. So it might be fine. I hope it's not the same one.
Okay. And with that, night begins to fall, and you all make camp and whatnot. I'm curious. When you guys do make camp, the miners would, I imagine you guys would, set up tents and have a campfire and stuff. Would you guys, how would your camp be kind of like laid out? Like, would you guys be separate from the miners or around them or with the car? Like, what do you think the layout would be?
Given that we were hired to protect the cart and miners, as far as I remember, I would probably guess that the cart is sort of like center camp with the fire in front of it and the horses, so that we can just hop on and leave if something happens. And then I would guess half the party on one side, half the party on the other.
Interesting. Okay. Noted for the future.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will
And then-
try draw it to explain better.
In terms of our tents and sleeping arrangements, I mean, I remember last session. I believe Spring and Tony set up on any nearby tree. You said.
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, Spring definitely likes being up in trees.
Yeah. Awake probably sleeps in the door closest to the road, just in case anything attacks.
Okay. Okay. In that case, as you all make camp, and I'll make note of that, I would like Spring, since you are the resident travel person of the group, please roll me 2d10 as night begins to fall.
A 6 and a 10.
6 and a 10, so like 16?
If we wanted a total, then yes.
Yeah. I'm just going for totals here. Okay, 16. Let me go ahead and pull up the thingamabob.
Also, I drew the general layout. The red is the fire, the dark brown is the wagon, and the orange are sleeping bags.
Where have you drawn? Oh, they're down there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't quite
Interesting.
sure how far you'd move out tokens each time.
I'm probably just going to leave the tokens beside the X.
Cool.
Okay. Noted. 16. Alright, in that case, who is on the first watch?
I'm not sure.
Me.
Okay.
I know that Awake takes the midnight watch or the one with the least light because of his tremor sense.
Alright. Is it cool to
That's
assume
right,
then
yeah.
that it would be Mikaela and Tony? Is that a good
Sure.
assumption?
I can do that.
Okay. In that case, will the two of you make me an awareness check? And I guess let me know if you guys talk about anything, or if there's anything going on, or if you're all just sitting quietly. What's happening?
11.
11. 5. Fun.
I'm definitely aware of nothing. I'll probably juggle some knives or something. This-
All right. What are you doing,
It's
Mikaela?
clearly I'm not keeping watch.
All right. What are you doing, Mikaela?
Probably just watching Tony mostly. A bit better on the awareness, probably also keeping an eye out a bit to the rest of the world, but mostly watching Tony. Just juggle.
Okay. So then, Let me think how this happens. So as you are casually juggling Tonē with your spear knives that you have, you are pretty confident in what you're doing. Actually, you know what? Make me a performance check. Which, if you don't have mastery, would just be charisma. Which I think should be positive for you.
Yeah, it should be +2.
Alright.
I'm going to say it's +2.
Sure. You off your game today.
Oh my god.
Sorry?
What's that?
I said you're off your game today.
Was I ever rolling critics in the roll 20?
Yeah, well, we shall see. This is interesting. Okay. So as you are doing, your juggling act that you've done with Mikaela a number of times in the bar, you're confident. You've done this a number of times, and I imagine you do you're probably doing it for a while because you have a couple of hours to pass during the night as the first watch kind of finishes, and the first watch the first long rest period is kind of up now as you're juggling and you're getting ready to what's the word?
Deep?
Change shifts.
Yes, there we go. Getting ready to change shift as night begins to get darker. I'm going to roll a thing. Can you what is it that is making your character kind of sloppy today? Like, it's not bad. Your act is fine, but there's something that's kind of getting under your skin. What is it?
I guess I'm worried that my patron might be the one that killed Awake's family.
Okay. And as you start to wonder about that, and you're just kind of more absent-mindedly doing this than anything, you see approaching behind Mikaela, almost like you maybe like 1 or 2 spaces right behind her, a figure that you can like barely make out in the darkness at all. What do you do?
I want to throw one of the knives and hit the tree just in front of its face as like a warning.
Okay. Please
like as I'm juggling.
Please make me an attack check then. As we are going to change scenes in a couple seconds.
Wow, finally above average.
Finally above average indeed. Alright, I need to go ahead and do a thing real quick. I'm noticing this is more laid out for a horizontal map, but that's fine. That one also works kind of fine. But we'll go with this one here. And I'm going to quickly transcribe all of our tokens onto the page. As you guys, as you throw your knife as quickly as you can, you hear it thud into the tree, and you hear like a yelp from behind you, as a little goblin with a dagger in its hand kind of steps back a little bit, and then says, "We've been discovered!" She like kind of screams as loud as he can, and you see from around you several more of them begin to rush onto the field and attempt to ambush you guys. That has sadly failed for them. Let me quickly roll some dice. I guess, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Okay, wait. Who were they changing shifts with?
They were just about to change shifts with you and Spring.
Okay,
we're both currently sleeping.
Did we, like, wake them up already, or, like...
Well, I'm imagining that as this is happening, like, you throw the dagger and there's a shout, so they're like, asleep but waking up.
Yeah.
I would say.
So, yeah, Awake is just, like, forming into his humanoid shape right now. It's like, he's... Upon hearing this, again, as he's forming into his humanoid shape, he's probably getting his shield on and weapons out.
Okay. Alright, I'm currently trying to scramble and get the wagon set up onto the page.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, but yeah, for flavor purposes, when Awake sleeps, he just goes back to blob form.
Oh, that's
It's
amazing.
just this.
When he wakes up, he like rises out of the ground almost.
Yeah. he forms into his humanoid shape.
Please scare all the goblins away.
He might. Make me a stealth check, Awake.
Stealth or intimidation?
Your choice.
I'll do intimidation. That's a 13.
13 on intimidation. Sure, I'll roll a d20 for them. Okay, that'll be interesting. I'm gonna say that your, spooky, scary slime body, is going to cause them to perhaps be a little bit more, disheartened. Or not disheartened, but, off their game, shall we say. And we'll have, the first couple of them, the first 3 be intimidated. As I'm...
Okay.
Yeesh. And I do apologize for the scrambling.
I'm sure our viewers don't mind. They can skip ahead like a minute or so.
Sure, yeah, I can cut this out, actually. That's what I'll cut this out. Right, so, we're back on camera now. So, can everybody please roll me 1d8? And don't worry, guys, this is gonna be... I'm gonna be using morale rules. So...
What does that mean?
You'll see.
Okay, 4. Right in the smack dab in the middle. That's pretty good, actually.
Okay, we have 4 here.
Oh,
It's based
wait.
on general morale, intuition. If we scare people, they might flee and not fight us.
That is
And
generally
if
how
we
morale works.
completely massacre like half the goblins, then the other half might run away.
Are you guys able to edit your numbers for initiative?
Let me
Yes.
check.
Okay, epic. In that case, I'll work on getting all of the other creatures into initiative, which I should have done before.
Oh, man.
I am in initiative twice though.
I'll delete one of them. Oh, Power Hunger, are you alive?
Yes, I'm working in the background.
Okay.
Yes, I should.
I'm gonna go ahead and just give these tokens some turns. And do you mind, like, slotting them into the order where they belong? So there's 10 of them. While I do that,
Sure. Where are the rolls?
it's on the actual Roll20.
Right, hold on. Like, I see all the NPCs and stuff, but I don't... Do I just make them every other turn?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say, okay, this guy is going. Can you please fight him in the initiative order and put him in X spot? That's what I'm going to do. Is that cool?
Okay, so Mikaela's going first. And you want the
So-
goblin above.
Yeah, I mean, just as an example, I'm going to begin with the Goblin Warlord, because as Mikaela is being snuck up on by one of the minions, Tonē Thröq throws his dagger, and the goblin shouts and says, "Our cover's blown!" And when doing so, this guy, the Goblin Warlord, is going to speak up and kind of like chuckle, and he's going to say, "You fire!" As he is going to beckon toward the Goblin Archer on the right, using one of his action points to give the Goblin Archer an attack check, and it is going to target Mikaela. Mikaela, you're being targeted by a physical attack check, as the Goblin Warlord steps forth, barks an order, and an arrow flies over the shoulder of this goblin.
Sidestep.
Sidestep, okay, you can move anywhere within one space of you, as this is going to be...
So, coincidentally, that one goblin grunt that you pointed at isn't in the turn order.
Okay. I'll fix that. VS Okay, does it has disadvantage. Yeah, okay. Does a 17 hit your physical defense, Mikaela?
Yes. Normal hit.
All right. In that case, you're going to take a 1 point of piercing damage. As the arrow kind of flies through the air and plants itself in your shoulder. And then, just 1, 2. With his final action point, the Goblin Warlord is going to move 1 movement forward. And he's going to take the dodge action as he says, "We found easy prey tonight." That'll end his turn. Mikaela, you are up next.
Alright. Is he the only one I could see? The leader?
Anyone currently in the light you're able to see.
By the way, Blackcat's not the turn order.
Okay.
And Spring is doubled up. I'm at position 2 as well as 0 at the bottom
Alright.
quarter.
I'm going to cutting action and feint, moving up here.
Okay.
So
That's very cool.
Trickery combated by insight.
All right, I will make and I have to make an insight check on his part, right?
Yep. He has to be 27.
He cannot succeed against that. Hell yeah! That's amazing. As you.
And then I'm going to attack with let's see. Gonna debilitating strike with exposed.
Okay.
And this will be with a quarterstaff.
Okay.
And I will use my very last AP to make the staff maneuver.
Okay. So, as you charge forth with your quarterstaff, you are about to swing, and you see him raise up his arms, and you go for his shins. He's like, and he says a curse in Goblin. And
H1. That's 11.
11 will hit.
All
He
right.
also had dodged, so the other roll wouldn't be counted.
Oh, okay.
I think a 9 fails your save DC, right?
Yes.
So he becomes
Your
exposed.
save DC is always 10 plus your attack mod, and at level 1, that's 4, so...
Wait, so since he was exposed and used the staff maneuver, does he also fall prone?
No, staff is only they fall prone if they're hindered.
Oh, okay, never mind. Cool.
So he's hindered now because of staff maneuver.
Alright, thank you.
And the two-handed quarterstaff, he is going to take 4 damage.
Okay, hell yeah. As you slam into his shins, and he just kind of glares at you as you almost break his legs, and he kind of is impaired by you. Anything else?
That's all my AP.
Alright, nice turn.
Please note that Tonē and the miners are the only ones missing from turn order, it looks like.
Okay, I will add 1 turn that all the miners are going to go on simultaneously. And does Stone Strike have a turn?
I'm in there now.
Okay. As the ruckus is starting and the goblin shouting orders, and Mikaela's attacking him, there's noises starting to get out. All the miners are scrambling up to their feet. You can see Stone Strike seems to be reaching for her hammer. And on the turn of the enemies, I'm gonna go ahead and on the turn of the enemies, while we get initiative very clumsily sorted out, the next person to go is going to be the one that had just run away from this guy over here. So I'm going to name him Goblin Grunt A. He is going to go next, and he's going to spend an action point to move over to here, and then kind of snarl as he raises forth his dagger and attempts to stab one of the minor fellows. He's going to roll d20 plus 3. Alas, that will miss as he attempts to slam the dagger into the ground. The dwarf rolls off to the side, and the grunt kind of gnashes his teeth, and they begin to tussle as he's going to try again. This time, landing his strike as he like implants it into the shoulder of the dwarf. You hear him like shout in pain as he's at about half health now. As the goblin like cackles crazily. That'll end his turn. And one more grunt. This one over here is gonna go next. I'll name him B.
Why
Is he
did the
gonna?
turn order just disappear for me? What the hell?
I think that someone is accidentally closing it. Power Hungry. If you want to close the turn order, just double click on it. Don't hit the X. It's going to spend an action point to move forward. Tonē Thröq. You're being targeted by a physical attack check. As this little goblin grunt charges up to you and attempts to like shank you with its dagger. Rolling a d20 plus 3.
Am I technically holding daggers still?
I'll say that's fair, yeah. If you want to be.
If I want to be. Sure. I'll, what is it, parry?
Parry, alright. I'm fine with you having that maneuver. So, as you kind of, as the goblin jumps at you and attempts to stab you with his dagger, you slash forth with your own. Does a 14 hit your defense? Physical defense?
No, that'll miss.
Okay, as you parry his blow off the side, he's like, what the hell? And gnarls. He's going to attempt to attack you again with disadvantage because it is his second attack check this turn. All right.
You can feel free.
All right.
Miss.
As you very expertly parry his blows out of the way, and he's like very annoyed that he's failing to hit you. Next, Awake.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the rules on grappling. Okay, so where are they? Okay, I'll come to it in a second. So what I'm gonna do is with my first AP, I'm going to take a move action, get into melee with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, first AP rage, then do that. Now I'm going to use my third AP to attack. /R D20 plus 4. Yeah, plus 4. I'm using my javelin for this. 16 to hit that goblin grunt.
Okay, a 16 to hit is going to be a brutal hit.
Okay, so I get my stamina back, then I'm going to...
not brutal, sorry, a heavy hit.
Still, I get my stamina back. So that is 2 base, plus 1 passive, plus 1 heavy. So that is 4 piercing damage to that goblin grunt A.
Alright, as you do that, you almost instantly kill him. You reach forward and jab your javelin like into his spine. He's like, ah! As
Then
he's
with
very
my
hurt.
Now with my final AP, I'm going to grapple him.
Okay. You can make me a grapple check. You have advantage because he is tiny. Or because he's size small.
Let me double check the grappling rules. I'm trying to find them.
Nope, never mind, you're fine. You very easily grab with your slimy arm, like, wrap it around his neck, and he's just, like, gnawing, like, thrashing at the air, unable to escape.
Ooh. Let me just check something. Grapple. Size. So. Okay, wait. Let me do this. Dragging, you can move. I spin. Okay, I have. Let's see. I moved 3 spaces. I have 5, so I'm going to take the opportunity to move. I'm going to take the opportunity to move him 1 space up to get him away from the dwarf because that takes 2 moving of mine.
You move him 1 space up.
And then what maneuvers do I have? Yeah, I will leave that be for the time being. That's my turn.
Alright. Awake charges forth, implants the back of his javelin into a goblin, and then lifts him up, slamming him on the ground away from the dwarf. Oh, thank God! Alright, on the turn of the goblin soldier, let's see, what is he gonna do? He is going to take the taunt action, actually. On Spring. Spring, please make me a mental save, I think it is. Is that right? Yep, mental save.
I believe it is.
All right. DC is 10. As the soldier steps forth and bangs his sword on his shield, attempting to grab the attention of Spring. And then he's going to throw a javelin at you. All right. You are taunted by him.
Unfortunately, he succeeds in getting my attention.
Okay. You have been taunted. And then he is going to make an attack check against you, attempting to throw his javelin into you after banging it on his shield. Does that succeed?
I will. I was going to double check. Does taunt lower my PD or do
It does
anything,
not.
or just
No,
make
you
me
just have disadvantage to attack
focus on
anyone
them?
else. Yeah, you just have to focus
Okay,
on him. Yeah.
12 will hit. Yes. I
Okay.
didn't react in time.
I mean, you compare. I'm going to allow reactions to happen after the roll just to speed up play. Because otherwise, I have to wait like
Okay,
10
cool.
minutes to roll the
Then-
dice, and I don't like that. So if you want to parry, then you can parry.
Yes, but I will not parry. Instead, I will sidestep.
Okay. In that case, I will
I think
roll
that's what it's
again.
called.
Does an 11 hit?
Not anymore.
So, as he bangs his javelin on his shield, and you're kind of like waking up, stumbling to your feet, and then he throws his javelin as far as he can, and you like duck your head just below it as like shaves off the hairs on the top of your head as he like curses to himself. And with his final action, he will take the minor dodge action, which, because he's a goblin, turns into the full dodge action. On the archer's turn, he is going to, the one who has the clearest line of sight to, would be you, so he's also going to do that. You watch as he notches an arrow in his bow, and then a second one as he pulls both of them back and is going to fire them together. Please, you're being targeted by another physical attack check, Spring.
I will sidestep again.
Alright. Slowly crawling closer. And this is the disadvantage roll. At 11 will miss as he fires his two arrows, and you like leap in between the two of them as like the agile squirrel that you are. And then he kind of cusses to himself. And then he's going to try that again, spending an action point to cancel out his second disadvantage. And does a 17 hit? Spring. He's like firing arrow after arrow.
Because I still want some AP this turn.
So,
Will hit.
as you leap out of the way of a javelin, and then an arrow, then another arrow, the last one kind of impacts you in like your thigh. As you're going to take, is that a normal hit? Or heavy hit?
Oh, right. I forgot hits mattered for a bit. 17 will be barely a heavy.
Okay, in that case, you are going to take 3 points of piercing damage as an arrow lodges itself in your leg, and then the goblin archer just kind of cackles to himself. Like, alright, next in this slot would be your turn, actually.
Okay, let me find the one who taunted me. Guessing that
The one who's taunted would be this guy.
Absolute.
This guy over here is the one who's taunted you. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, put the...
He threw a javelin, so he's probably
Yep.
out of things.
He's currently wielding a shield.
A shield, you say? Hooray.
I do say.
I will 1 AP and 1 SP use Hunter's Mark.
Ooh, that's fun. What does your hunter's mark look like?
Mostly just... Ooh, actually what? Yeah, he sticks a thumb up like he's measuring distance, and he covers the goblin's body, twists his hand the other side, just making sure it's gonna be a good aim as he takes out and throws a bowler at him as well.
Hell yeah.
Let me just mark my point spare. And since bowlers are what's the word? Concealable. That's it. I will get advantage on this hit,
Okay.
making this double advantage. Yes, because this is Hunter's Mark's first attack.
Nice. As you measure the distance and pull out very quickly from your side a bola that you swing around and fling through the air in the darkness, under the cover of darkness.
17 to hit.
That will be a heavy hit.
Ignore shield, I think.
That's correct.
Yes,
Okay. If that ignores a shield, let's see. So that'd be. That is just shy of a brutal hit, alas.
Oof.
But indeed a heavy.
So shy of a brutal.
So it's a heavy hit. Nice.
3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. 3 bludgeoning damage. Boop. That is marked. Anything else?
No, because I'm out of AP.
Okay.
Right,
Spring charges.
I get my stamina back after hitting my Hunter's Mark, right?
I believe you do.
Okay, so I get 1 stamina back, and the next person to attack that goblin has a D8 help die.
Okay. To mark that, I'm going to put a blue dot on him. Okay. Next, as they're all on that side, we're gonna zoom over to the other side of the combat, as this goblin soldier over here, so we're gonna name him B, is going to do a similar thing, where he is going to bang his javelin on his shield really loudly. Tonē Thröq, please make me a mental saving throw. Blakcat, are you awake? The higher between your charisma and intelligence saves.
Saves.
Oh, wait.
Okay. I think it's just +2.
Oh, I didn't move over here. I should have did that. Alright, with a 7, you are taunted by this fool. I'm going to put the sword icon on him. And the screaming icon on you. As he grabs your attention and is going to chuck a spear in your direction. You're being targeted by a physical attack check.
I'm gonna duck, but I'm not gonna mechanically do anything else.
Alright. Does a dirty 20 hit you?
Yeah, that'll be a heavy hit.
Okay, you're going to take 2 points of piercing damage as this goblin soldier flings a spear into your shoulder. You kind of attempt to block it with your daggers, but it doesn't help very much. It implants and damages you.
No, I tried to duck.
Oh, right. Sorry, apologies.
It's okay.
And then with his final action point, he is going to take the full dodge action because he is a goblin. And the guy behind him is going to, once more, pull out 3 arrows and pull them back as he's going to make an attack check against you, Tonē, with advantage. Are you doing anything? That is that is a 19 to hit. Does that hit?
That's also heavy.
Also heavy. Okay, this time you'll take 3 points of piercing damage as he fires this kind of very gnarly arrow that has like jagged teeth in it. Once more, piercing into your body. And lastly, he will fire an arrow that, as he attempts to shoot, this time you jump up and it goes like under your legs. He like stomps his foot on the ground angrily. And then at the end of those turns, the dwarves are going to take their action points to go this way and attempt to hide behind the cart as they are like panicking and fleeing. They are not these guys are not combatants. And so they will move as far as they can over there as they're running away. Whereas Stone Strike is going to I guess, like, wipe her chin angrily, or with fear, and she's going to move over there, flank with the goblin, and say, "You're doing a great job," and slam her warhammer into him. Slash roll 1d20 plus 3 plus 2. Sky vs Goblin. A 12 will hit, and he's going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. As she slams her hammer into him. And she'll do it again with the last of her action points. Oops. And then one of the last ones. And she bonks him in the back of the head, and he's like, is dazed for a bit, and then ducks down underneath her swing that almost like hits you, Tony, as she like swings it back around. Round 2 will begin. At the top of the turn.
I never got to go.
Oh, you never got to go? Sorry, I thought you went to go. Okay, in that case, you can go now. I apologize.
Okay. That's alright. I'm glad I said something.
Mm-hmm. I thought I was taking too many turns.
I don't remember. I think I can use my minor action to do the summon thing.
We did agree on that, yes.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm gonna do that.
You guys watch as Tony snaps his fingers, and appearing from portals beside him, he pulls out 2 weapons.
Yeah, I'm woefully unprepared here, but let's just say it's like whatever. I don't even know why I bothered rolling. I didn't make my list because it's on my other laptop. So let's say a lightning rod and a falcon's falchion.
Okay, sure.
Because I don't know.
That seems fair. You watch as he summons in a portal beside him a big metal rod and a sword that has the imagery of a bird kind of carved into it.
And I already used 1 AP for my whatever it is before. Okay. So see how far I can move. Sorry. I feel like I can't move there with 1 AP.
Nope. This is as far down as you can go.
Yeah, 5. But I kind of want to get out of the light.
Out of the light. Okay.
I don't know. Do I know if goblins can see in the dark? They probably can.
You can take the analyze creature action to ask about that.
That seems fair, but I am not going to do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to move over. Whoops.
I should
Where's
be
my
paying more attention to the light, actually, now that I think about it.
I'm going to move over to the middle here somewhere.
Okay.
Let's go there. Just outside the light. And then, did this guy dodge?
He did not, no. He did not
and this guy I can't see, so never mind. Forget about him.
And
and this guy also didn't dodge?
he did not dodge.
Okay. So, 1 action point to move, 1 action point to parry before. I'm going to spend 2 action points and I guess a health point to throw. I got the lightning rod. Let's see. I don't think I can do anything with the lightning rod right now. Let's see.
You can't just throw it.
Sure. I'll throw the falcon's falchion, yeah, with 2 hands to get the versatile property, I'll throw it at this guy, which I have
Okay.
disadvantage because I'm taunted, but I'm going to use 1 AP to cancel that out and 1 HP to give myself advantage.
All right. Tony summons 2 weapons
and
from his portals, dashes to the side, and throws something from the darkness. You have advantage, actually, because you're in the darkness and he cannot see you. But you can see him.
Oh, sweet.
You're currently unseen.
So 320. Oh, so then, well, okay. If
You can change your AP if you need to.
I probably wouldn't spend health points, but it's what do you think?
You may feel free to refund the health points.
Okay. I'll save my health point. 2d20 plus 4. Gonna be 2 terrible rolls, so.
Alright, dirty 20.
It's a higher, so that's a 20.
A 20 is going to be a brutal hit.
Awesome. And because it's versatile, I think it was 2 damage base.
2 damage, yeah. So versatile would be 3, so then brutal would be 5?
Yep.
Alright,
and
please
the
describe
difference
the
in height is 0, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I throw this giant falchion that they saw me pull out of seemingly nowhere, and it just gets hurled, and it flies end over end and just cleaves his head in half, and then disappears. Well, it sticks in the ground like 5 feet beyond him, and then mysteriously disappears.
Okay.
And this guy probably had to like dodge out of the way or something.
You hear him yelping like, "Ow, hell! No, Billy!" As the goblin falls to the ground.
That should be my turn.
All right.
Yeah.
And as you cleave the sword through the head of the goblin, you hear all of them kind of like shout in dismay, as they are all going to make a charisma saving throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Most of them have very high morale. But you know what? I think it makes sense that the goblin grunt right behind you becomes frightened, and since he hasn't taken his turn yet, he's going to, the sword kind of cleaves through the head of the goblin, and the body falls lifeless to the ground. You see this one like look at you guys in terror and just like shake his head and begin running. He's going to spend all of his action points to get the hell out of there, and disappear.
Is he happen to be one of the ones that Awake taunted in the beginning?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Somewhere else.
That is a good point. I forgot to include that, so I'm going to say
I forgot about them too.
Oof.
And also, do I get some sort of not life tap, but something else? Is that a level 1 feature now?
Sacrificial bond is like it's basically old life tap without the HP enhancements, and you can only hasty bargain once a turn.
No.
Life drain is level 2. Life drain is level 2.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
So you fling the axe into the air, terrify some of the goblins, as the rest of them look at you in just like pure like rage. How dare you kill their friend? That said, I've already made the soldier bee act and archer bee act, so their turn's already over. And I'll have Grunt C go after Stone Strike, because there are more than there are of you. So as all of this commotion is happening around the battlefield, on the left side we shift over to the right side, where this grunt is going to approach Spring with with 1 action point, and then he is going to shank you with his dagger with his other action points, as he's just like shouting curses in a language that you cannot comprehend.
I will sidestep again.
Okay. All right. That's definitely going to fail. Does an 8 hit you?
No.
Okay, let's see. So that was 1, 2, 3. Okay, he will spend you do need to stay in range with sidestep. So you can sidestep
Right.
this way or that way. Alright, so you sidestep there. Whereupon, as he lunges forward and you step to the side of him, he considers stabbing you again with his like the backstroke, but then puts his fists up, and is going to take the full dodge action because he's a goblin and can do that with 1 action point. And that will end his turn.
Ask, why do you have 3 out of 4 stamina, Spring? Is that something else?
That's not stamina, that's my AP.
Oh, my mistake.
Alright, now round 2 will begin, and as we have now properly set up the initiative order, after some scrambling on my part, this Goblin Warlord here is both exposed and hindered, so he is going to make an attack check at disadvantage against you, Mikaela, and he will spend an action point to give himself advantage, as he's going to use the gauntlets that he is wearing. Okay, he uses the spiked gauntlets he's wearing to, like, attempt to smack you in the face. 1d20... plus 4, Warlord Punch. Yes, does a 21 hit your parry defense?
Normal hit.
Alright, with a normal hit, you're going to take 2 points of piercing damage as he slams his fist into your chest. And then he is going to say in a chant that you don't understand as he begins to, like, say something like chanting and raising his fist in the air. As it seems like all the other goblins are going to, like, chant in unison with him. And they all gain a benefit that I will not make known. As they're like, ho. Goblin Grunt A is going to turn around.
He takes 1 acid damage.
And as he turns around, like, squirming within your grasp, you hear him kind of, like, chanting also, as the acid damage is absorbed by temp HP. And he attempts to, still have him grappled. He, like, turns around and, like, attempts to drive his dagger up through your slimy body. He's, like, confused and, like, terrified of you. We'll say this one is the one that was intimidated by you, because I neglected to do that in the beginning of the thing. Grunt A, yes, awake. Does a 6 hit your physical defense?
Actually, no.
He's just, like, thrashing about, like, not able to go to great grip about anything. He's, like, crying, just terrified, like, of you.
I can't wait for my turn to come around because Goblin Grunt A, I'm gonna do something fun to him when
okay.
my turn comes around.
That sounds terrifying. As he's, like, attempting to thrash and stab at you. That's his first action point. With his next action point, he's going to take the dodge action. He's just, like, scrabbling and thrashing about like a little coward. And with his final action point, he will try to attack you at triple disadvantage now. 3d20 is keeping the lowest. Does a 15 hit your physical defense?
Normal.
Normal hit. Okay, you're gonna take 1 piercing damage. He's, like, again, thrashing about. Mikaela, your turn is up.
Exposed and hindered both end.
Exposed and hindered both end. Okay. Are you sure it's the start of your turn, not the end of your turn?
Yep, start of my turn.
Cool.
Can't believe you guys didn't take advantage of that.
I was role playing a bit. Awake wanted to make sure the dwarf stayed alive.
Mikaela, you are on a standoff for the Goblin Warlord.
Going to faint again.
Alright, he will make an insight check. Okay. DC 18 for your trickery check. Or influence check.
Alright.
Nice! As you guys are now closer, and he's, like, punching you and hooting, once more, he's very confident that he knows what you're gonna do, and then you just, like, sweep the leg again, and he's like, fuck, not again.
Yes, instead of sweeping the leg, I go straight for his head this time.
Alright.
2-handed quarterstaff.
2-handed quarterstaff, that is a brutal hit.
No, that was the trickery.
Oh, that was the trickery. Never mind.
Right,
that is a heavy hit.
Keep track. Heavy hit, that is going to be 3 + 1 + 1 for 5 damage.
5 damage, okay. Describe the end of the Goblin Warlord.
What did he attack me with?
He was attacking you with a spiked gauntlet.
Alright. Spiked a gauntlet connected, and he thought I was going to sweep the leg in return, but instead, he got a big bludgeoning stick in the face instead. I don't think there's much more to that than simple smack.
Okay, you thwack him in the face, and he just like falls straight to the ground, like with a shockingly with no fanfare, just like poof, dies. And the other goblins are kind of like still like chanting, and they see him go down, and they're like, oh my god. And the remaining goblins are also going to make an what is it? Charisma save. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll 5d20. Man, they're committed now. As they're still like you now downed 2 of their members. One of them has fled, but those that remain are in it for vengeance. Anything else on your turn?
If I free action and pull out a one-handed weapon to throw, now that the
Stick.
versatile is in one hand, does that activate dual wielding, or does the versatile, having used it two-handed, mean that it's going to have MCP?
I believe MCP would incur, yes.
Got it.
Because you're not. Yeah.
Alright.
Wait, you said. Control F.
Oh wait, I just realized the cool thing I probably can't do quite yet because I think Grunt A is at 1 HP, and but what I was planning to do, because something I realized with charge, because he's grappled by me, I can use the charge movement to drag him into flanking.
That's
wait,
hilarious.
Would you want me to try to kill this guy? Or should I attack someone else?
It's up to you. He's gonna die when my turn comes around to acid damage.
Alright. Then I'll just freehand the quarterstaff for free action, and then because now I could draw and attack with the same attack, take out the dagger, the Mengosh, and throw it at this guy.
Alright.
MCP and dodge action give 2 disadvantages, and concealable gives 1 advantage for a disadvantage roll.
Okay. As you draw from your coat a dagger which soars through the air and connects.
12. Alright,
connects.
that's going to do 1 slash.
Alright. you throw the dagger into his side. He begins to like start clutching it. He's like, ah! Take it again. You are doing some good damage to them.
End of my turn.
Alright, that is the end of your turn. On Goblin Grunt B is dead. And Goblin Grunt A is double in initiative. I don't know why he's double in initiative though. So I will just remove him from initiative. Awake, you're up next.
Okay, my turn starts, and the guy's grappled by me, so 1 acid damage.
Okay. Oh, it's on the start of your turns or his turns?
Yes.
Wait, what happened? I lagged a bit.
Does your acid damage proc on the start of your turns or his turns?
Creatures that start their turn grappled by you also take this damage.
Oh, so on both of them. Okay, damn.
Wait, yeah.
That's actually a lot.
Wait. Never mind. Wait, like at the start of each of its turns, creatures that start their turn grappled by you. No, never mind. I read that wrong.
It's
so
Awake's turn to trigger the acid damage, but the condition is they are grappled for an entire turn.
While you're grappled, or while you're grappled, or when they're grappled. Okay, yeah. So yeah, nothing happens.
Okay, yeah, no, I misread that. My mistake. Okay, then the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to take the attack, and I'm going to use the charge movement to go here.
Okay.
So he moves 1 space up as well.
Oh, I should make sure the camera's in focus when these things are happening. For your audio, Awake, we have lost your audio.
Okay, there we go. Ugh.
Mm.
My internet was having a stroke. Okay, so now that he's flanked, I'm going to go for the attack /R D20 plus 6. I'm using my longsword for this. Wow. Okay, that's an 8.
Oh, as you were like dragging him beside you, you attempt to like slash at him with his longsword, and Mikaela is behind you, and he like grabs onto Mikaela and like clings her, and you're like struggling with him trying to strike at this thing. He is a very shifty little goblin. Also, he's dodging.
He's not gonna like what's. Oh, so that's disadvantage anyway.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Well, gotta see if I get the exposed. D20 plus 6. Wow. Okay.
Nope. Yep. Nothing happened. Your attack misses.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do next is. Do I do that? No. I think I. Oh, so I'm going to attempt the throw maneuver. I'm going to spend an SP on throwing him. 20 plus 5. I think I have a.
That's nice.
Well, I don't think he can pass this.
Yeah, he can't pass that.
And I'm powerful build, and he's smaller than me, so.
You would have advantage, yeah. Yeah, you crit.
Wait, because he's smaller than me, I think that's double. He's two sizes smaller than me.
Well,
powerful build. I think that's double might.
Oh wait, that's a good point.
And I throw him at the ground for 6 collision damage.
How would you like to pop this weasel?
So it's just like as he's struggling and clinging on to Mahina, Mikaela. Awake just goes. Well, in that case, and it just brings him up and slam. It leaves a little crater.
Oh my god.
Then using my okay, so that is 1 SP, and so that's 1 SP. I still have 3 AP because I used SP on that. Let's see. I'm going to. Oh yes, just in range. Okay, I'm going to move. I'm going to take the move action, and then I'm going to go for my second dual wielding attack using my javelin against this guy.
That
dirty
will
20.
be. He dodged. Roll again.
Oh crap!
He is also grappled.
Ah, come on!
You also have a help die against him because of whatchamacallit's thing.
Hunter's mark.
16. That'll be a heavy hit.
Okay, so 4 piercing damage against that guy, and I get my stamina back.
He is barely alive. You just charge forward and slam your spear through his shield. He's like coughing up blood behind you.
And then let's see, what can I use for 1 stamina? What can I use for 1 stamina? What do I have? I have knockdown, take that, knockback, take down, throw. I do not have anything I can do with that right now, so that is my turn.
Okay. In response to, he is no longer going to be dodging, and you are no longer going to be taunted, Spring. As you charge forward, slam your spear through his shield, and he's like panicking. He is then going to draw from his waist a short sword that he has, and he's going to like swing it straight upward at you, making an attack check against you. Roll 1d. He'll give himself advantage on this. Does a 7 hit? I assume not. Follow as he attempts to swing upward, and you slam down with your javelin, and he like buckles under the weight of your force. He's going to spend his next action point to dodge, and then he is going to interesting. He's going to move 2 spaces back. You have an attack of opportunity, but he has dodged. So actually no, he's gonna move over there.
Do I go for it? I think I will. /RD 2d20 KL1 plus 4.
Right, I gotta make
11.
sure. I need to remember to refocus the camera every time I move.
No!
An 11 will be a normal hit.
Okay, that is using my sword for that. So that's 3 slashing damage.
Oof. Even though he has one PDR, which reduces your damage, you slam through his shield with your spear, and as he attempts to back away, you like pull the shield up, and that pulls him forward, and then and you thrust forward again, and like slam him into the ground as he is now going to be slain. And with that, the rest of the goblins now on the field, as they have reached half capacity, are going to make a charisma save, and 2 of them will fail. So I will say that there's also one more. Since 2 of them have failed, this one over here, as you watches as you just like smash his body out of existence, is going to become terrified of you, and he is going to spend his action points running away. We remove him from initiative. Spring.
I want to double check since I can't quite find it in the rules.
Mm-hmm.
If my hunter's marked foe dies, it's a what to move the hunter's mark?
You regain your stamina point, and you must reapply your hunter's mark. As far as I know.
Okay, so there's not a quote-unquote bonus action to move it when it's active equivalent. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I will hunter's mark the goblin grunt C below me.
Okay. I imagine this time you just like turn around and just like stare him down.
Yes.
As you do so, you see him kind of like flinch, and as he does so,
We'll
continue.
leave 2 AP.
Okay.
He did attack me last turn, right?
He has, yes.
Awesome. I will take out and stab with a dagger.
No, I have daggers. That's not fair.
He will notice that my dagger is shinier.
You see him cry, a single tear. You have advantage on this attack check because of your thing, of your dagger thing, and disadvantage because he dodged, so it's a straight roll.
And then advantage from hunter's mark, but I need to do that, so that's single advantage, right?
Correct.
The 1 AP to attack. Yeah, I'm gonna... Yes, I think this will fine. Ooh, yes.
That will definitely kill him. How would you like to do this?
As he cries the single tear from seeing my dagger that's shinier, I thrust through the tear as it falls into his heart.
Amazing. And he shall fall to the ground dead. Well done. Anything else?
I regain my 1 stamina. And will check the map for how far enemies are now. All the way on the other side of the fire. Cool.
Yep.
Time. That would be 1. Yes. I will... Actually, I want 1 stamina left. So I will end up there. So that is 1 movement for 1 AP. And that will be Spring.
Alright. Spring stabs to the heart of Goblin C and then runs at full speed around the corner of the thing, getting into range for striking. A goblin archer bee is going to look at the people around him, snarl, and use his 3 action points to make all straight attack checks. Tonē, you're being targeted by a physical attack check. Does an 8 hit? Oh, that actually should be a disadvantage. Okay.
Sorry, I was muted. Which one is B?
The one furthest to the left. Speaking of which, I should move
the one
over
that
here.
I can't see.
Yep. Oh yeah, he should have advantage on you.
The one in darkness with you, yes.
Yeah, you're both in darkness.
I-
Right. So these
I
are
don't know
straight
if
rolls.
I can carry it if I can't see it.
You can, yes. There's nothing on site. It's
I probably still wouldn't. I'm looking the other direction.
Okay. In that case, I believe an 8 and a 6 respectively both miss you, right?
Yep.
All right. Final shot. Does a 12 hit you?
12. See, I think my AC is a 13, so I
Damn.
would say that's a miss.
Okay. Tonē, as you are looking the other way, getting ready to fire your next weapons, you see like 3 arrows whiz like through your hair, and you're like, what the hell? And you shift around, and you can see Goblin Archer B standing behind you, gnashing his teeth. You're next. Why is this?
And I kind of like can tell he's there, but I don't really see him very well. And I'm like, the heck, what are you doing? Kind of confused. And I think I want to summon again. Nice, a 10. And this time I have my list built. And a 10 is the Vampiric Great Axe. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to use the Vampiric Bloody Great Axe and throw it at, I don't know what number it is. This guy
That
here.
guy, he has dodged, but you have advantage, that's a straight roll.
He dodged again?
He did, yeah. I think so.
Okay.
I'm not
he
sure that
dodged before I went last turn.
Yeah, the initiative order got a little bit miffed up when I was deleting tokens.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and you went wrong, yeah.
If he hasn't gone yet, then that's fine.
He's not gone yet.
Okay. Okay. Then in that case, let me see, what is my laptop is really slow, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I will spend an action point to get rid of the dodge.
So you're going to be attacking with net sum of advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
We can go with that. Yeah.
Goblin soldier.
This is, deals double base damage on a bleed. Is that like a bleeding target?
Yes.
Okay, in which case I want to throw my other one first.
Okay.
Which is the lightning rod. I'm not going to give myself advantage on that, but I'm in the darkness, so that cancels out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to hit both of these in that? I'm not really aiming to because I can't see him, but
The thing said that it was a 2x2 square. So that would be like,
okay.
Oops.
Okay.
Why is it going like that? I'm angry at this. That's why. It'd be like that. Or like that. Or like that.
Okay, so I can't hit him. It's only the 4 squares around him. Okay, that's fine. But an 18 would probably hit him.
An 18 will, in fact, be a heavy hit.
Yeah, and I want to do bleed.
With what ability?
I don't remember.
Being that you're using a spear-like weapon, I don't think that it has the axe maneuver, which is the thing that does bleeding. So I don't think you'd be able to do that.
Okay. That was the whole reason to throw that first. But okay, that's fine.
If you want to rescind that and instead say that you threw the great axe, I'm okay with that.
No, I'll just throw the great axe next.
All right. You watch as Tonē pulls out this metal rod and throws it, and as it lands, you hear like a crackling boom of light, as that'll be a heavy hit. And from the sky, a like strike of lightning comes down and like just eviscerates the grass around the sky. Heavy hit. That's 3 damage, I want to say?
3 damage. Yeah.
Alright, he takes 3 lightning damage. Anything else?
Okay. I'm going to throw the other one and use 1 AP to cancel that out. That's 1 used. 1 now. Go. Oh, yep.
Alas, that'll miss. As you throw with the crackling flash of light, it kind of blinds you a little bit. As you throw the great axe, and he kind of raises his shield and ducks underneath of it as it clinks off into the ground.
I'll spend my last action point. Oh, can I summon more weapons? I think I can.
You can, yes.
Let's do that. I was thinking about hiding, but I think I want to summon more weapons. It'll be more fun.
Okay.
And with a 6, that'll get me the gold cross greatsword.
Hell yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
As Tonē throws a lightning rod, and then his axe the clinks off the shield of the goblin, and then attempts to pull something out from like an invisible sheath that he seems to be drawing his weapons from. The goblin soldier attempts to like reach down and grab the axe, and right as he raises it up, it kind of like fizzles out of existence. And she's just like, "What the hell?" He is no longer dodging, and you are no longer taunted. And he is going to... what's he going to do? He is going to spend an action point to move over there. And then he is going to throw... he's going to draw and throw his short sword. It's just like attempts to like... You're like a couple of feet away from him, but he's trying to like be smart about this. True. You're being targeted by a physical attack check, Tonē.
Yeah, I'll parry that.
All right, and that'll miss entirely. With your you just like hold out the massive great sword in front of you as the short sword like clinks off and falls onto the ground. And he's like, he is angry at himself. He'll spend his minor action to pick that back up since it's right next to him, and then he'll spend his last action point to dodge. On Sky's turn, she's going to spend an action point to move 4 spaces and then 4 spaces, and then she's going to attempt to wall up the goblin archer, and the goblin soldier is going to spend an action point to raise shield. She'll attack with advantage. Yes. Or I should spell that correctly. And try that again. And with a 22, that is going to be a brutal hit. As she slams her warhammer into the goblin archer, and almost immediately kills him. And she's gonna spend her raise shield. Almost immediately kills him. They're both in darkness, so it's okay. And then she's going to do the same thing with disadvantage as she attempts to wall up the archer with her hammer a second time. This time only doing a normal hit. Whereupon it takes more damage as she's like just whacking this thing as hard as she can. The rest of these dwarves, honestly, they're probably gonna hop into the carriage because that's probably the safest location. Goblin Grunt C is dead. The Goblin Warlord is dead. Grunt A is dead. Mikaela, Awake, and Spring. You guys are all up together as these are the final remaining goblins, and they're starting to look like they're gonna run.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is let's see. I'm gonna use 2 AP.
Do the shield guy.
I want to double check. By together, you mean all in initiative, like stacked?
All, yep. You guys have shared initiative.
I could take care of the shield guy, I think, pretty quickly. Maybe.
Spring is going to listen to the grumpy dwarf and not show mercy this time. So he's going to go kill as many as he can.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna spend 1 more AP to move, and then I'm going to take attack and use the charge to get there. And so that's a flank. Then my last, okay. So that's all 4 AP. D20. What do I add? I think I will use my stamina to add a power attack onto this.
Sounds fine. He's going to raise shield.
Yeah, I will add a power attack. So, okay. D20 plus 6. Come on, baby. 19.
If you're attacking this one, he has dodged.
Oh crap! Come on. D20 plus 6. Yeah.
Okay, with a 19,
19.
that will be a heavy hit.
Okay, so heavy hit. So damage -2. Then oh wait, no, he dodged. So that's
Heavy hit.
a heavy hit.
Mhm.
Yeah. So with my javelin, that's let's see, 2 damage base, +1 passive, +1 heavy, +1 power attack, 5.
Okay, and as he raised his shield, he will take 3 piercing damage from that. He is on his last legs. Definitely
And
well
my
bloodied.
turn ends.
Okay. Anybody else?
Spring will dash in and flank the goblin. And then I will double check flanking benefits because I don't
It's just
normally use
+2.
those.
It's +2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Then using the dagger from earlier, he will strike using the SP to cancel out the dodge advantage, so it's normal.
What are you using the SP for? Hunter's Mark?
No, in place of AP.
You can only do that on maneuvers.
Really? I
Yep.
thought SP was just spare AP that
No,
had
it
extra
is not.
uses.
It is not. It's very
Oh.
specific.
Yeah, you have to use
Maneuvers-
it on maneuvers.
Maneuvers, class features, and techniques only.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's 2 AP to attack normally, and I will check what maneuvers.
He is
I
also
can do.
like right outside the firelight. You are unable to see him very clearly. So he is unseen. So you have disadvantage to attack someone in darkness.
Cool. So I just have disadvantage 1. I will give myself the sword maneuver help die with my SP.
Okay.
So disadvantage 1d8 and 2.
Indeed. That's a brilliant roll. How would you like to finish off this goblin?
Oh, that is okay. Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen a better disadvantage roll in my life.
As the goblin is focusing on defending from awake, Spring just sprints behind them and gives a uppercut shank
Hell yeah.
to their back. Yes.
With your, what is that? That's a Beyond Brutal 2 hit. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Wow, that's a big attack.
Anything else?
Let's see. I will use. I think I used 2, so I will use the remaining movement to go cut off this goblin.
Nice. And as he is now flanked, surrounded, and all of his allies are dead or gone, he begins to panic, and he is going to drop his bow. Mikaela.
Mikaela will be out of this combat. She trusts her allies to take care of this.
Okay.
And she's going to go get her dagger from Cobham Sea.
Okay. That's hilarious. Okay. The goblin is going to spend all of his action points taking the full dodge action 3 times. Tony, what are you doing? He is flanked, afraid, and cornered between two enemies, rather. You're up next. Tony? Blakcat?
Yep.
Didn't
And I have, what was it, the gold cross sword?
You do, yes. This big, massive golden greatsword.
Yeah, I'm absolutely using all 4 of my mechanically hands to just absolutely slaughter this guy. It'll cancel the disadvantage. And what was? Let me see real quick. To cancel this. Sweet. I'll use an extra AP to give myself advantage because I don't want to miss them. That's not the number that I want.
Okay. You will be making a straight roll.
Oh, because he's in darkness. Okay, then I will.
I mean, you're both in darkness, and he dodged 3 times.
Oh wait. Okay. So
you have 3 disadvantage.
Okay. And this is the last enemy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just put it all into that. Can I do that and still get advantage?
If you put everything into this one swing, you will have a straight roll. Because it's an attack, and then 3 advantage, which cancels out 3 disadvantage. He's also flanked. But you're ranged, so that doesn't count.
That doesn't include the disadvantage that I get from the sword itself. Right? Because I'm using 4 hands.
That does not, no, yeah. So it ended up being a straight roll.
And then I will use life tap to give myself advantage on top of that.
Sounds fun.
So that I have at least advantage. And yeah. Let's end this.
Sure, that's a brutal hit.
With a dirty 20. Tonē Thröq just hurls the giant sword and very methodically with all 4 of his hands, quote unquote. And I hope that ends him.
Psychic energy. Yes, he has. No, he actually has like 600 hit points. But yeah, with a brutal hit, I believe the sword does 4 damage. So with a brutal hit, that's going to be 6 damage.
I think it's 5, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 5.
Okay, he is at negative 6 HP.
He
is at negative his full health and hit points.
I would say it cuts him sideways and then like spins around in the air and kind of like, contrary to any physical thing, cuts him in half again the other way.
So it's because like cutting him is like what's the word? Dicing him?
Yeah.
It just like spins in the air.
Like while it's spinning. It's like a special throw technique. Yeah.
Okay. And as you do that, the goblin lay now minced in a pile of blood, bones, and goblin guts. As combat is over, their ambush was a brutal failure. Okay. And as combat is now over, I'm going to go ahead and go to the bathroom, and then we will be back. Okay, so we are now after the break. We have just concluded the ambush with the goblins. And they have been thoroughly dispatched. Our heroes are a little bit bruised and battered, but otherwise doing very okay. They are fine in all of the means. And we are now kind of reconvening, all assumedly at the campfire, after a successful combat. So, as you all kind of gather around, make sure that everyone is okay. You can see that the you guys are adventurers. You guys are kind of used to taking hits and stuff. But the dwarf that got stabbed by the goblin is like really struggling to maintain his composure. He's bandaged like from his chest to like his stomach, There's like bandages going around him, but he's in a bad shape.
Awake
And-
will go up to him and hand him one of the potions he made for healing. It's only 2 HP, but it's something.
You see he kind of like as you kind of approach him, and as you kind of approach him, he like, flinches a little bit and clutches his side. And when he sees you give him the potion, he just like stares up at you in a little bit of confusion, and he's like, "Are you serious?"
I'm an alchemist. I know how to make healing.
Okay. Thank you. He says as he kind of like yanks the potion out of your hand and very quickly drinks it. You hear like the sound of like sizzling as the wound kind of heals itself from the inside out. It's like, ugh! It is a painful process, but you watch as the healing does manage to repair his wound. Damn.
I'm always happy to help.
Make me an insight check, please.
Okay, so RD20 plus 3. 8.
You see the dwarf give like a half smile as you say that, and he kind of rests his back against the big carriage. Yeah. And as everyone is taking account of everything, looting and whatnot, Mikaela, you can make me a survival check. Spring, being that you are a hunter, I will let you give her advantage, assuming that you're going to be helping her with it, right?
Yep.
Rather, a bonus help dice, right? Spring?
Yes.
Okay.
Mic working now?
It is now, yeah. Okay. In that case, Mikaela, you may make a survival check with advantage.
I only have
as you
0.
We could do it the other way around, where Mikaela is helping Spring.
Yeah. Let's do that.
But do you have mastery in survival?
Oh, no, I don't.
In that case, you can both make separate survival checks.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be a no, but I'm just double checking. Does my favored terrain apply here?
I believe that it says survival checks, all survival checks, right? So yeah.
Cool.
You are in your element. Over here in the grasslands. Oh, I will drop in the chat after the session what you gain. But you are able to effectively loot the bodies and get a good, maybe like, I'm just gonna say like 2 gold's worth of loot off of these guys. As you are picking them clean, and as you are kind of gathered around the fire, Sky kind of smirks as she rubs goblin blood off of her chin, and thanks the lot of you for very handily driving out those goblins. And she says, "I'm glad that you've taken my word, or taken my warning. Next time, I'm not so certain that they will be as easy to clear out. This is just the edge of the goblin homeland. The closer we get, the closer we get to their stronghold, the more dangerous these assaults will become." And she thanks you personally for that. With the dwarves healed, they will kind of start to return back to sleep, assuming no one has anything else further to say. Just...
You know what? Maybe I... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, Spring had nothing.
Oh, okay. It's like, maybe that dwarf has a point about them getting stronger. If I wasn't on guard, that thing would have got me. That thing would have got me pretty good. Well, he's a crater now.
The dwarf just kind of steps back from the goblin guts on the ground. Okay. As the campfire starts to die down, and everyone who was sleeping returns to sleeping, and everyone who's on the next watch moves over to the next watch. Mrs. Sky she walks over to Tonē and thanks him for his assistance. And then once Awake is kind of out of earshot, she will kind of whisper to him, being that he is a noble, how do you feel about adventuring with that thing?
He whispers to Tonē.
You are the most official-looking person here.
I guess at first I was a little dubious, but he seems to have a very kind heart, and he hits hard.
She looks at the corpse of the goblin on the ground. He most certainly does. Are you not concerned at all anymore?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I watch him closely, but you know, they say keep your enemies close.
I see.
Not that he's an enemy, but
you never can be too certain.
Indeed.
She thinks for a moment. I feel safer knowing that you're paying close attention to him. But,
you got it.
Yes, thank you. And she'll kind of like shake her head. It seems like she was thinking something. And then give good night and return to her sleeping bag. As the next watch begins and our video is about to end. So, what I forgot to do last time was to ask the 3 feedback questions. Those being, what did you like most about this session? What did you like the least about this session? And what is one thing you did well or could do better? So, we'll go starting with Blakcat.
Okay, sure. I really enjoyed the combat. That was pretty fun. It was nice to be able to run hide in the dark. And I think Tonē's mechanics are much better. I also like that you kind of gave me like a prompts for different things. That was kind of helpful. Like you know, why was I distracted when I was doing the juggling or whatever? That was helpful. So more of that is nice. What was the last one? What could you do better? What could I do better?
One thing you liked most, one thing you liked least, and what's one thing you did well or could do better?
Well, I definitely could not forget my laptop in the car.
Good idea.
I don't see that happening again next time, but
Once you
definitely.
Okay, cool then. Next, Jaku.
Yeah, I like stuff I liked. The combat was fun. I liked the morale system. I liked the morale thing a lot, especially for like the goblins. That was really cool. The trying to breed roleplay moments was really good. Was really good as well. I never have any. I didn't really have anything I disliked per se. I just enjoyed the session, and something I could have done better. Something I did do well. I think I've gotten the voice more consistent. I've been trying to do it better, and I'm trying to correct it if I do start straying. And I forgot to, like, I need...
Oh, we've lost you.
But I won't next.
I lost you for those last 2 sentences.
Oh, you heard me except for those last 2?
Yeah.
Basically, I said I forgot to ask the other players more.
Lost you again, damn.
It doesn't want to tell us what you like.
Nope.
It cut out again, didn't it?
Yep.
Next time I'm going to try to do better.
Okay, cool,
in terms of the roleplay.
I appreciate it. Samarand.
Something I liked. I like how the Goblin Commander moved such in a way that the sidestep and the cutting action let me go right to him. That was coincidental and it was really funny. Something I didn't like. I don't know, not much.
What was the least awesome thing?
The least awesome thing was, can I say, took a while to start. We did a lot of talking that wasn't really related to the session, so that the session ended up just being our random travel encounter instead of more
Valid.
progression.
Valid. Okay.
Something I could have done better. Spring pointed out that I could now use grit points to reduce damage taken.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
definitely should do that. Something I did well. Oh yeah, feint action finally is amazing
Yes.
for the cunning action. And my next skill points I need to start investing in trickery so I could do that all the time.
Okay. Spring.
Liked most. The dice were nice to me this session. Liked least. Yeah, probably just the extra longer pre-session stuff. But that wasn't horrible. It was just the least of the session.
Okay.
Did well or could do better. Mostly just finally remembering character rules and things. I definitely need to get better at that, so I need to double check less.
Okay. Then for me, I'll say what I liked the most about this session was how much everyone was seemed. I like seeing different relationships starting to develop between our characters. I think that's very cool to see. I could do better is prep maps before the game, so you don't lose like 20 minutes to setting up the encounters. And I think the thing that I liked least was also that part, the fact that I was not very prepared for the session, and I should have had a clearer idea of how long it would take to set up a map. And yeah, those are my 3 questions. So then, with that, we will now go ahead and sign off in the same order as always. So, Blakcat, you're first.
This is Blakcat, playing Tonē Thröq. Until next time.
Jaku.
This is I've been Jaku. I'm glad to have given you all a show. Hopefully I did it well. See you all next time.
I'm Lord Gob, and I will always be here. Sam.
I'm going to continue just saying this. Oh.
Spring.
And this is Spring saying bye, chat.
And there we go.